Hello, hello, hello. Mic check. Microphone. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now we have sound. Hey, yeah, I tested all of this before going live. Sure, I did that. Nope. All right. So, round 2 of the Delta Paddock series, Enduro series. It was 3 hours. Now it's 2 hours, just because we couldn't fill a lot of the slots. Time constraints. 2 hours. Oulton Park, GT4. 2 mandatory pit stops for all of these guys, so strategy is going to be key. Most of these guys will not be able to do the full 2 hours on fuel, so they'll have to fuel their cars at some point. So we got 22 minutes, 44 seconds left in official free practice. Then we move straight into qualifying and then into the 2 hours. So a lot of excitement ahead of us, that is for sure. Already a lot of drivers jumping in the server for practice. More to come shortly. We'll just hop about and ride on board with some of these guys as they head through this go-kart track. How's everybody doing? We have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Should have a good mix of... went straight off there. 520 car. The horseshoe. Great mix of cars out here on the field, too. BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, McLaren, Audi, Maserati. Great race. If anything is to judge by that, the practice sessions that we've had in the public lobby, public server that we had up all week long, the battles have been incredibly close and incredibly door to door. So I'm really looking forward to seeing who can last and survive the 2 hours of this race. It's a very demanding track. Not a lot of straights to take a break on. Thereafter, technically turn 3 and the back straight in between the chicanes are pretty much your only time to breathe, but that's only for a split second. A lot of fun liveries out here as well. Lap time wise, we were seeing into the mid to low 44s for race pace. Really hit a good lap. Definitely get into the high 43s, which is that's fast. That's just straight up quick. So it's going to be fun to see qualifying, which will be coming up very, very soon. And how's audio, by the way? Is the game too loud? Am I too loud? BGM, is it too loud? Do you guys want the BGM while it's racing, or do you guys want it turned off? Let me know. Yeah. Turn me up. Pause the BGM. Did we lose game? I feel like we lost game audio. I feel like I've lost car audio. Okay, that's switched. Okay, let's do that then. How about that? Oh, that turns off media for? No, we're good. Alright, we're good. Whew! Problem with having too many windows open. Yeah? Okay, that should be good. This kind of feels almost foreign to me. I haven't streamed in over a week. It's kind of crazy. Alright. Thank you, Smoke. Smoke's in chat. Hello, hello. Quite a few McLarens. Quite a few Audis. Mercedes. Yes. That's the schedule for the in-game race here. See, 30 minutes of free practice. About 17 minutes left remaining. 15 minutes of qualifying time. All cars out on track. And then 2 hours of door-to-door racing. Yes. Yes. And I am your lone commentator, TPSR Weasel, here on the YouTube channel. I will be doing all of your commentary tonight. This afternoon, depending on where you're at. All right. Settle up, buckle in. We'll be on for a wild ride. I can feel it. So, get your snacks. Get your beverage of choice. And let's go racing. See, already into the 45s with Hunter Fox. His McLaren, very quick in practice indeed, hanging with a lot of the TPSR drivers in our practice sessions. He's joining us for quite a few of those. Look at all the teams represented here. TPSR, GRT, and SBR. Coming out. Be a lot of fun out there on track. I'm kind of sad because I was practicing with these guys all week long. Oh, big hop there. Heading into that. That's going to be a very dangerous place come start of this race. Very bottleneck position on track. Single file is pretty much the only line through there, unless you're very brave. But yeah, lap times were super close during practice all week. They just continued to drop. We were first practices on Monday were in the 46s. We're like, yeah, that's pretty good. Then someone would drop into the 45s. Like, oh man, I gotta push harder now. And then into the 44s, we're like, okay, we're reaching alien times here. Let's slow it down. And then we were hitting 43s, and we're like, please stop, please stop what you're doing there. Race 2, guys, wait. I'm a weasel. I have little legs. I can't go that fast. They just didn't listen. So here we are. I'm commentating for all of you. It's gonna be fun. Riding on board with Diablo, lone Porsche out there. Very colorful design. Let's see, push. 8 is Maserati. No ABS or TC on that car, so very tricky over the bumps here. Elzebor, if you're home and whatnot, yeah, just message Smokes on Discord. And you got plenty of time to throw the car together, hop in. You're a TPSR driver. I'm not going to tell you no, other than I can tell you no. But you know, more drivers the merrier. And you had very fast competitive lap times, so if you're here, you're good. I don't know if you registered or not, just in case, but I would do so very quickly. I believe Diablo just did so. So if I let him, I'll let you. Look at that Maserati just tackling those curbs. Those are some very, very brutal curbs, just in any car. But luckily, being that most of the GT4 machines can take these curbs fairly confidently without really upsetting the cars too much, but it can become a problem if you hit them too much. We've already had drivers cut tires down in some extended practices, so gotta watch that because those are only 45-minute practices, and we're doing 2 of those and some change, so it's gonna be a very long and demanding race. 45 minutes here, and my arms are already tired from my wheel. I can only imagine what it's going to be like after 2. We were going to do 3 hours if we had more drivers, which would have been a real Ironman. I still want to do a longer race than 2 hours. Maybe we'll do something at like Donington Park. Love that track. GT4s on that track is phenomenal. Chef's kiss. A lot of fun high-speed corners in that track. Some very nice slow sections as well. Closing bit of the track. These are some very nice tracks. I haven't done many GT3 cars on these tracks, but they seem like they're more suited towards the slower machines. Maybe if we had like GT4, like some TCR builds in this game, that'd be a very good mashup for these. The British GT pack. We'll have to see. If we get some more expansive tracks. Maybe a Japanese pack. That'd be kind of cool. Now Fuji. Love that track. Very fast track. Very good track for GT3s. A lot of the guys in Discord have been wanting to see a GT America's pack for the game. That'd be very cool as well. No? No, okay. Whew. Alright, so we're coming to the end of free practice here. If any of you want to spy on any particular driver that's out there on track, see like 44.9 from Smokes right there, Arish, and his number 4 Mercedes right there as well. Very fast lap times, and we're in free practice. This is still green track conditions. Qualifying, uh, it's a little more wore in, and the times will be a little bit quicker because they'll be in full quali trim, but during the race, we found that the track was very optimum, especially under the conditions that we have, which are the best ideal conditions for the tires. So we'll see what happens come to the start of the race and lap time wise. I'm bouncing all over the place on my topics. But oh, the Maserati with a little bit of a tail slap there, coming out of the second chicane, hairpin. I'm gonna say chicane. Chicane. Nice. And most of these guys, it's 7, 8 p.m. for you guys. A few of the Americanos. It's a little bit afternoon for us, and then for the poor Australian crowd over there. Sorry, Fudge. It's like 5 in the morning for you, but I think yeah, about 5, about 4 something in the morning. What a trooper for him jumping in here. Yeah, if you guys want to see more content like this, just follow us on Twitter and subscribe to the TPSR YouTube channel. We're pretty much putting up races like this on a weekly basis with me commentating and going over a whole bunch of races and stuff. And join our Discord if you want to take part in some of these great, close, competitive, and clean events that we put on. So it's a lot of fun to strut your stuff in some of these longer endurance events. Sometimes you have 40, maybe an hour, but when you can really sit down, buckle down, and pass that adrenaline peak and really find your racing limit, that's where these longer events really come to stride. 13 drivers on track. I believe we had 15 register, so we'll see who all is in. You were going to be barely making it nonetheless, so looking forward to that. See, a lot of people have been liking it and sharing on the Twitter. Much appreciated. Follow us on Twitter, _sim. Also follow the Delta Online Racing Twitter, as well as their Discord and YouTube channel. Share the love. Do it. Lap time's a little bit more spread out at the moment than I thought they were going to be. A lot of these guys are probably testing fuel loads, so that's my prediction there. Mid 44s is what I'm predicting for official race pace. Takes a few laps to get up to that pace, as it does any car for sure. A few things that I'm told I have to go over. We have just finished our multi-class GT3, GT4 series. So that is over, and we'll be working on our new one, which is the British GT series, which will be GT4 machines only. So this is kind of like a preamble to that. If you find this interesting and want to run with that, that's going to be a lot of fun. looking to fill that field very quickly. I'll post something up for that real quick. And also, we have one more race for our Porsche GT3 Cup Series. Last race will be at Imola. Still, anybody could register. The registration is still full, but reserve drivers will be called upon Thursday before the race. So if you want to take part in that, it's going to be a lot of fun. Absolutely. Okay, let me pull up some Discord stuff here, so you can probably can hear that because I have it on the same audio track, but that's fine. Okay, thank you, Smokes. I'll remove that. What? Help! I need an adult. Okay, it's not there. I think. There's a few minutes left here in practice, so. This is it. Hey! Aha! So here is the next series the TPSR crew will be putting together for you guys. Yes. Yeah. Five track series. Dates and race lengths will be coming soon. We still need to put everything in the final preparations, but that is your track order. We'll be doing down in Silverstone. On my screen, but you can see it there. Brands Hatch. Okay, so whoop. Fantastic. I know. Yeah, so we'll have that up on our Discord. Discord and our links will be below. Yes. You guys should definitely check that out. Definitely check out not only our Discord, but the Delta Paddock Discord and the Delta Discord. We're always putting on events. The Delta guys are always putting on midweek events, and all of our stuff will be on Saturdays. Feel free to check any of that out. It's going to be pretty cool, pretty fun, and it's a lot of racing. So if you're new to racing, these are some great events to get your feet wet. That's for sure. To the sim racing. Oh, Diablo going off there. That's going to be a very tricky corner. That double right-hander. Very, very tricky indeed. A lot of cars spinning there. Coming out of the second chicane as well is going to be a tricky spot. You get on those curbs at speed, and you'll be around in a hurry. Drivers pulling off. Arish moving up with a 44.8. Pablo right there, half second behind. Look how close these lap times are at the moment. Fantastic. I love seeing that. Love, 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 love. Stay hydrated, everybody. Very important. The session's almost over. Once these guys finish their flying laps here, getting the last calculations in the books, and we'll start qualifying. Qualifying is going to be very, very important here. Very hard track to pass on. So, yes. You're going to have to... And if there are any particular drivers that you guys want to, I don't know, watch, spy on, you let me know in the comments, and we'll hit them up for a little bit. Kind of doing double duties right now. But that's fine.
Green light, give it all you can.
Qualifying is now. All right, guys, let's see who is ready to qualify. Oh, well, of course the game froze. Naturally. All right, give me a second here, guys, while I fix that. Boy, this game sure just take a while to load. We'll see. We'll see what happens. They should just be starting their flying laps by the time we get back into the spectate mode. You guys like our new BGM, background music? I wanted something a little rocky, but not too aggressive. So this is what I got. This is what I found. Load back in real quick. Typical ACC doing some ACC thing. Alright, well, we'll see if this works. It should. There we go. Boom. Perfect. Okay, we don't have any first flying laps in yet, but it looks like these guys are about to put in some times. As we're riding on board with the German race team Erish. Ooh, a little wide there. I believe that's Hunter out there in front. Or Mittens. Mittens. No, it's not Mittens. Who are you? Was that Hunter? No, not Hunter. It was the 66 machine of Timmy. Timmy Dater. Off there in one. I've done that many a times myself. All right, 44.6. You can see the times already very, very fast. A lot faster than they were in qualifying, and they're only going to get quicker. Very close lap times, too, between both Hunter, Smokes, and Arish. Maybe like just about 0.3 separating them in total right now. All different machines, too. Very nice. Let's see what everybody can put down for the... Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh, that camera pan. There we go. Medicate Nation, one of the few drivers that I saw fast enough to put a 43 on the books in qualifying trim. So we'll see what he can do with his machine. We're on board with some of these other guys about to put their laps in. The chosen one still in pit lane. Oh, do I not have audio? There we go. Now we got car audio. See, I need an adult to tell me when and what to do at pretty much all times. All right. There we go. Leavesy coming in. Pretty good times there. 44.0 by Smokes. Great qualifying lap at the moment. 44.4, 44.9, 44 or 45.4. Diesel with a faster third sector, so much potential. Ooh, the Maserati pushing it a little bit much there, as you can see in the back of the screen. He's gonna want to cool down those tires just a bit after that big slide. As there goes Hunter by. All right, all cars out on track, so we're gonna see some lap times start to plummet now. Oh, my headphones. These guys really close on track right now. Front, 66 car. Here. Very important final corner there as you go down the hill and back up under the bridge. A great corner to gain and lose time. So these guys are coming across the line now. We'll see if we have any improvements on the board. None thus far. Looks like a car off there. It's the Maserati. Hunter moving up the fourth there on that lap. What? There we go. into that second chicane. You got to carry a lot of speed into there. It's a very tricky corner to get right. Very small racing line for the fast line. Two ways to come out of it. You can over throttle, maybe up a gear coming out of the pointy bit of it, or you could cut it a little bit short and try and get the speed onto this back straight into the double right-hander. As they start to come across start-finish line. 43.6 from Smokes. That's a very quick lap time, and he comes into pit lane with just over 5 minutes remaining in the session. That's going to be a very tricky one to to challenge. Arish just 0.8 off as Cleavesy moves up to third on grid. His lap time there. And Smoke still not the fastest in Sector 3. That would be Arish with the fastest in Sector 3. Audi's doing very well here, as is that Mercedes. Elzebor out on track in his European police car BMW. There's an improvement there from Diablo, moving him up to the 44s. Very good lap time there. Him fifth overall. Elzebor improves just a little bit there. TPSR Smokes putting a lot of tuning work into that Audi in preparation for this race. Definitely saying he had something to prove here, so we'll see. We'll see if that comes to fruition over the 2 hours we have of green flag running. It'll be a very challenging race. Now, all the drivers that are streaming their point of views are now live on our Discord as well. All of the links to their car cams are in Discord. Link will be on the little bar that strolls by on the bottom there. Head over to the Paddock Discord. You'll be able to find all of the streams there. Leaves, he moves up to third. Only just. Arish improves, but only a 10th. Still a little bit away from Smokes' blisteringly quick lap time there. Smokes will go live soon. He's in chat as well. You don't have chat open. I have my chat open as well, so I'll be able to see all of the things that you guys are chatting about as well. SVR. Larkin? New to one of our events. Doing very well, though, in this BMW. Not the only BMW here. You got the TPSR Elzebor and his BMW. Both these guys doing very good. Very fast lap times here in qualifying. Got a minute left. Got a lap or two for some of these guys left. Yeah, that lap time. Very quick lap time from Smokes. It's almost illegal to put you in that Audi as far as how much track time you've had in it. I'm very surprised as to the pace that some of these guys are having in qualifying, though. It's very impressive. But the fast lap time is not always the best for these particular events. 2 hours is a very long time on track. You got to keep it on the black stuff and pointing in the right direction for the duration of those 2 hours to come out on top. A few of the drivers popping themselves back into pit lane. See if maybe these guys coming across the line here improve. We're looking at the 12 and the 446 machine. No improvement there from Mittens or Larkin, his BMW. So that would be their qualifying session. No jinxes. A majority of them coming back into pit lane. We might have to do another standby screen until we figure out if the game's going to let me jump into race mode or not. Sometimes it'll lock me out. We'll have to restart. So if that's the case, stand by, stretch your legs, get a drink of water, get a soda pop, maybe some, grab some, some snacks, because we're going to have a very long stream. A very long stream, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Alright, you're doing social medias. Bear with me. Okay. Done. Alright, guys. That's race session. We'll have to do the standby screen. Ah! No. I'm opening random windows I don't mean to open. Okay. Alright, guys. So, we're going to take a quick little intermission. About 4 minutes and 20 seconds or so. So, bear with me on that one. Okay. gonna take a quick little break here. Go stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, walk the dog, feed your fish, whatever you need to do. Excuse me. Allergies. What you gonna do? All right. I'm gonna take a quick break myself and get some water again, and we'll get going. All right, about a minute 45 left before race start. If I join too soon, we're not going to be able to see. We're just going to do the little lockout thing again. So they're still sitting on grid. Once they start moving, we'll jump in. No worries. Hydrate, everybody. Water, water, water. Hello, everybody joining. 30 seconds. Hey, Thomas, how you doing? Yes. Good luck to everybody indeed. It's gonna be a long race. That's for sure. We're gonna start heading back in there. Hey, Cactus. How you doing? Hello, guys. All right, here we go. Yeah. Definitely missing a lot of drivers right now. But still a great turnout, so really looking forward to seeing how this race is gonna pan out. And that's your grid right there on the left side of your screen for the start of this race. TPSR Smokes, GRT Arish, GOR Cleavesy, TPSR Diesel, CPS Diablo, Hunter Fox, TPSR, Elzabor, Medicate Nation, Crazy Mittens, TPSR Fudge, SVR Larkin, Chosen One, Timmy Dater. That is your 13 drivers for this race. And we are about to go green flag. One more sector left for 2 hours of racing. As you can see, the little number 2s there by all of their their car numbers. That means that's how many times they have to stop for tires during this race. So 2 pit stops, fuel optional during those, but most of these guys are going to have to stop for fuel, so split strategies are more than likely going to be the case. Just interesting to see who's going to stop for what and when. There's no mandatory pit stop time, so whenever they feel like it. We're about to go racing. They're all doubling up quite nicely. Calm before the storm as they come down to the checkered flag as look at that beautiful line of GT4 machines, and that's the green flag as the drivers will head into the first corner. Smokes pinches a little bit to the outside to get the run through turn 1 as they funnel in quite nicely behind. Oh, as there's a big accident out of turn 1. That's several cars. That's Hunter, the Maserati of Nation, and Crazy Mittens getting the worst of it. I didn't see it, but we saw the midpoint, so that's definitely going to be a highlight to look at. I hope nobody got some serious damage from that particular incident. 74 machine still out in front at the moment. Followed closely by Arish and Cleavesy. You have Diesel and Diablo. So you got TPSR, GRT, DOR, TPSR, TPSR, TPSR. I swear I didn't pay anybody to do that, but a great run from the TPSR guys. As Cleavesy is around. I'm not sure if that was assisted or not. You just see him parked there. Spinning out of the way and on to the runoff section. Yeah, we don't need those there anyway, as he rejoins in a safe manner. Great driving by him. He's off. I believe that was Diesel sitting there waiting for him, so it was probably cold tire incident. Head back up front at the moment as Smokes. A little bit of a gap now as the leaders start to spread out as they complete lap 1. Pit lane now open. We'll see if anybody does a early pit stop run. A few of the front guys might, or the back guys that got in that accident might want to do that now. Doesn't look like anybody's going to, so hop on board here as they come down. Long left sweeper. Big bump there on the entry to that left-hander as they come around the lake. Very harsh bump there. Yeah, oh crap, maybe not. Yeah, I mean, he's a very fast driver, very consistent, so if he can keep the nose of that Mercedes clean, I mean, they got a couple pit stops. He nails his pit stops, is right back in it, no problem. I mean, these guys are still all very relatively close. And offs are going to be a thing. Oh, car sideways there. It's the 44 and the Audi, I believe. Don't know who exactly the other car was. Was that Cleavesy again? Is he damaged? What happened? I wonder what happened there. We just saw the tail, like the tail end of it, and a car avoiding. So I'm not sure if he's got some damage on that machine. Lap 2 completed by overall race leader at the moment. Believes he has a lot of work to do. My knowledge doesn't have a lot of practice in the sessions, so probably still trying to get familiarized with the track. Very fast driver, so fight on. An hour 55 still remaining in the race, so literally anything can happen. Chosen one in his Audi doing very well, up to 5th right now. A few spots gained from that whole shenanigans. Diablo improves a few spots, as does Elzebor. Elzebor proven to be a very consistent driver in the practice races, but only time will tell. 45 minutes, not a very long session when you're putting it next to a 2-hour race. We'll see. We'll see. Looks like Fudge starting to reel in. A little bit damage there on the back side of Fudge's Mercedes. Most likely from the opening corner of the race. Definitely in the thick of it during that, moving up a few positions as both Hunter Fox and Diesel and Medicaid, pretty much most of these guys are moving back. Quite a few positions now. Diesel with some pretty good speed over that Mercedes there of Fudge. See a very big bump there into that left-hander. Mid-engine cars, I believe, looks like they can take it just a little bit faster. Looks like Fudge letting Diesel by. Great team orders there. Great drive, guys. Heading into the carousel. Hunter Fox closing in quick to Fudge as well in that wide Mercedes. Very difficult car to pass here. Erish and his Mercedes as well up front, doing well to try and maintain the pace that our race leader is putting on right now of Smokes. Very quick in his baby blue Audi. Only a few laps in now. Already putting nearly 10 seconds between him and the majority of the field. Having that clean air of the start of the race is definitely a crucial factor when it comes to things like this. You could just take off as other people have to check up or avoid. Like Hunter now all over the back end of the Mercedes of Fudge. Team orders this time. Some work will have to be done. Already starting to spread out a little bit more than I thought they would be. I'm sure the lap times are still pretty quick. Maybe not quick as qualifying just yet, but they will definitely get there. A lot of these guys probably have hefty fuel loads. Definitely affects the cars more than you think, adding all that fuel compared to race trim. field already spread out nearly the length of the sector. Hunter very quick through that carousel. Backside of the lake. Oh, as Fudge goes off in the first chicane, going for a wild ride back on track, entering track cleanly right behind Hunter. Plenty of space between him and the 69 Maserati of Nation. Very quick. Oh, his Fudge is off again into that chicane. Renegade Nation proven to be very fast in practices. Very challenging car to drive because it's no ABS and no traction control. No fuel mapping in that car. Very base car. Large gap between Diablo and Arish at the moment. Pace of those front two. Pretty massive right now. And we're only 10 minutes in. A lot of action for only 10 minutes. As Diesel and Cleavesy still going at it. Down through the left-hand sweeper. Very challenging corner, as are many of these on this track. Great angle into the carousel. Watch him on that slightly embanked corner. Leaves you with a great line through there. Car definitely comfortable over those very large curves. That is something that you definitely have to set the car up for. Get a comfortable run out of a lot of these corners like this one here. You ride on those curbs with very stiff setup, and you're off in the grass on driver's right. Cleavesy supporting the DOR colors. It's 152 Mercedes. Diesel supporting the TPSR colors. Red, white, black. DOR's orange, black, and white. Very close, bumper to bumper as they head into turn one. Everybody racing like it's a sprint race. You got 2 hours, guys. There you go. Great battle. Great battle so far. Nobody in yet for tires in the opening sector of opening stint of this race. Oh, Mitten's getting a little sideways right there in front of this battle that we're spectating at the moment. 10 seconds the top two drivers are between them and third place. That's crazy for only 10 minutes in. Definitely sweating this one out, and it's only going to become more challenging as after time goes on. Not only do you have to worry about potentially lap traffic, but going from very, comfortable warm tires. Diesel loops it just a bit there in the double right-hander in the third sector there. Cleavesy doing a nice job to get down underneath of that Audi and not being collected by the rotation of the Audi. Very nice driving there indeed. Great heads-up running as well. Diesel's going to have a lot of work to do to catch up to them, as Cleavesy now has his sights on Mittens. Mittens, run. Run for your life. Cleavesy is the meme of, why are you running? Alright. 11 seconds. These top two are pulling away about a second a lap, as Elzebor starting to slowly reel in Diablo. Not sure if he had a bit of a fumble, but what was 3 seconds now is 1 between them, and probably even less now as Elzebor comes through that second chicane a little bit more comfortable than that Porsche. Just under a second between those two. Elzebor's BMW very quick here in the longer runs, as he's proven in practices. Diablo can put down the lap times too, so I'm wondering if he maybe have spent a little bit of his tires already. This track is very tire hungry as well. A lot of heavy braking, banking, off camber. Turns, it has it all, so it's a challenge on the tire and the suspension. Very, very fine-tuned car has to be very fine-tuned, balanced to tackle all of it. It's not as quite as you'd find like a Sebring track to be, but it's definitely very bumpy nonetheless. Probably one of the bumpier tracks in Asseto Corsa Compitizione, but a very challenging, fun, fast track indeed. Elzebor flashing the lights. All he needs is that British siren, and he's got the police car covered. What does it be? I just sound like the Despicable Me minions. Beedo, Beedo. Remind me? I apologize. You guys are free to say, Weasel, shut up, you're not funny. Leaders, now 12 seconds. It is definitely a second a lap so far between these guys. The top two and pretty much the rest of the pack. Elzebor is starting to pull away. The Chosen One doing a very good job at the moment of basically just playing man in the middle between the top guys and the rest of the field, as is Hunter. So it's definitely going to become a race in pit lane. Who can stop the car and exit pit lane efficiently and quickly? How are you calculating your fuel load? Are you doing a full load in the opening stint, just doing a splash and your tire runs? Or are you going to get a little bit of fuel each time you go in for tires? Gotta be careful on pit entry. It's a very dangerous pit entry. Very sudden. Very sudden pit entry. Cleavesy, Mittens, and Medicate Nation now pretty much together on track. Just up the road from them is the 66 McLaren. Not far up the road from them is TPSR Fudge. He's back too, definitely catching those top three right there. As Medicate Nation's pace is definitely slowed. I don't know if he's had a few more offs since the opening stint, but once he finds his rhythm, he's pretty much there. And the laps will start to turn and burn. Thank you everybody for joining. Oh, Mittens goes a little wide in the second chicane. That leaves the door wide open there for Cleavesy. Cleavesy says, thank you, and comes on through. Now he's staring down the back end of that Mercedes. Sounds that throaty V8 of that Mercedes. Sounds like a mobster. Mittens still there. As the Nation and Cleavesy goes too wide, Paddock Nation leaves the door open just a bit to let that Mercedes go through, so he might be fighting some damage, it seems, if he's slowed up just a bit. Maybe he's doing a fuel run? Maybe he's only going to do tires for this race and go all the way to the end? I'm not entirely sure how big the fuel tank is on that Mercedes, if he can or can't, as he lets Mittens go by too. Very, very easily lets those cars go through. No real challenge there from that big-bodied Mercedes as the McLaren goes the long way around through the carousel. Great move there by Cleavesy. DOR putting on a show coming through the field there, both on Mittens, Medicate Nation, and now putting Tim Dater down just like that. Diesel in the back there, catching that group as they come through that first chicane. Now into the second chicane. Very smooth entry is needed. Dab of the brakes and rotate in. Oh, as Cleavesy goes a little wide, has to check up just a bit. That's going to slow him down coming up the hill. Still gets away with it. Plenty of space between him. Very nicely done as we'll head back up just a little bit further up the field. Oh, it's Elzebor and Diablo both come. Diablo barely making the rumble strips, but Elzebor pushing a little bit too hard there into one. Off track he goes. Blends in with the grass. Barely missed him. Those two very close together on track as those guys up front. Now 13, almost 14 seconds up the road. The gap between Smokes and that number 4 of Arish pretty much staying the same since lap 1. Just 20 minutes into this, a lot of time left. And it is continuously action-packed here, especially in the tail end of the field. A lot of these guys were up front come at the beginning of the race. Had that turn 1 incident that collected a lot of the fast drivers, at least the fast drivers that were in for the practice sessions. Now having to struggle their way back through the field. I don't know, a lot of it might be due to strategy. Seeing if we can go the full stint of the 2 hours on fuel. I don't think so. You're gonna have to push pretty hard here to get at least a great position to do a single fuel run. You gotta stop for tires anyway. I believe the GT4 machines can fuel and tire change at the same time. So if you're doing little splashes each time you go in, I don't think it's gonna affect your pit length all that much. Double right here. Very tricky to get done quickly. Mittens making his way around Dater as well. Missed that. Dater looking in his mirrors, seeing that Maserati, sorry, and now an Audi of TPSR Diesel. Held back a few positions early in the race. Big slide, battling with DOR Cleavesy, putting him off track again. Now he's clawing his way back up through the field in a hurry. Great pace by these guys, putting on a stellar performance coming through the field. As those top two continue to pull away from the rest of the field. Now 16 seconds. These guys turning into aliens right before our eyes. Hunter making a move on Fudge, getting the not done yet. Oh, Cleavesy does a crazy tire hop on that curb, as we were saying earlier. A very dangerous curb. Kept the car under control, though, very nicely. Hunter moving in for the attack on Fudge. Do foxes like fudge? Can they eat chocolate? Are they like dogs? You can't give them chocolate. Hunter, don't eat fudge. You'll get sick. Don't. Bad fox. Oh, looking to the inside into turn 1. Fudge not really putting up much of a fight. Definitely saw the speed. Oh, as they Cleavesy tries to go to the inside. That's not a place to go 3 wide, as there's a little bit of a kink there. Oh, big tap there from the quarter panel from Mercedes to Mercedes. Hunter doing well to maintain track position over Fudge as they come down through that long sweeper. Cleavesy looking left, looking right. Now they have that another left sweeper. Fantastic. Ah, camera, please. Into the carousels. Is he gonna get the way around? No. Fudge really fighting the DOR guys, wanting to keep the TPSR guys up front, I believe is his mission. He's doing a good job of it now, but he goes a little wide. Oh, his Hunter gets stalled up just a bit, losing 2 positions just like that in the blink of an eye to both Fudge and Cleavesy. Oh, Hunter goes off track, but slows it down just enough to keep the car in a safe manner, maintain track position. After getting pushed wide into the second chicane there. Oh, going a little wide. Cleavesy looking to the outside into the double right-hander. That's going to be a brave spot to pass. Cleavesy looking very racy right now. Has a lot of ground to make up, and he's got the speed and the pace. Looks to the inside in the second to last corner as they head down the hill to the final corner and under the bridge. Across the line, and Cleavesy will claim 6th position. Now is looking up the road. Keep that car under you, Cleavesy, and you'll be up there in no time. TPSR Smokes pulling about another 2 seconds over Arish at the moment, and it's still about 16 seconds between Diablo and Arish. So the pace continues up there in the front. Unreal pace for about a half an hour of racing now. Woof. All right, at the 30-minute mark. Thereabouts. Make the social media tweet, so rest my throat, but there's still a lot of action going on as Hunter's still looking very racy himself. Now all over the back of TPSR Fudge, but that's not only who he's got to worry about. TPSR Diesel just behind him now, and he's bringing a friend. Crazy Mittens is still in his shadow. So a lot of crazy running there. Tim Dater and Medicate Nation just a little bit further back on track from that battle, but this 2-car battle that was 3, now 2, is about to be 3, and about to be 4, if Mittens has anything to say about it. Still yet anybody to pit. Oh, as the 520 car comes into pit lane as we speak. So he's going to come in for his first pit stop at the hour 31 mark. And we got our pit lane reporter Weasel down there at the pit box. What's going on down there, Weasel? Yeah, there's a Weasel down here in pit box, and he's the number 520 car of Chosen One is in pit lane. Looks like he's just getting tires. Maybe he splashed fuel, and he'll be out back there on track. All right, thank you, Weasel. That was our pit reporter, Weasel. We keep him in a cage until these events. He does bite. I gotta stop. Cleavesy, 21 seconds back from Elzevor, and then the gap between Arish to Diablo is 17 seconds. The gap of this field right now is crazy. All right, so that will put Chosen One with one more pit remaining. As you can see the little one down there by the car number of 520. Putting him really close to being about a lap down, but everybody else still needs to make their pit stops. So if he pushes hard, he'll remain on the lead lap for the time being, but look how spread out those leaders are. That's immense. Immense, I tell you. This thing. There we go. Now we can see a little racetrack. That's better. Alright, that's the hour 30 mark. So 30 minutes of racing completed. Need like a full notepad. Here, let me get my notepad. Alright, start. Ah! Paper, what is that? Paper. Crazy. Social media done. Throat still need water. It looks like Fudge is coming into pit lane. Both Arish and Smokes have made their way around Chosen One. He's already done his pit stop, so Fudge is in pit lane doing his tire stop. Falling back just a bit, keeping an eye on Diablo. Hunter really under attack from Diesel at the moment. Mittens back a few positions, so he might have had an incident as well. He hasn't come into pit lane. And don't forget, guys, to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Once we reach 100 subscribers, Weasel, me, I've been forced to run 100 laps at Spa in the GT3 Porsche RSR, and I'll be streaming the entirety of it here on the TPSR YouTube channel. So look forward to my suffering, and please subscribe. Yeah. Follow us on Twitter as well, the Paddock_sim. And that's where we post all of our series info and details. Anything that's coming up that the TPSR crew is doing, as well as join the Discord for all of our Racing League events, or if you want to become a TPSR esport driver. Very small in brand, but we like to prove our stuff in a lot of the ACC leagues out there. So not only our own stuff, but everybody else's as well. It's the same with DOR. Go and check out their Discord if you want to join their teams. They do a lot of Forza Motorsport things, which we moved away from Forza Motorsport, but they are doing just fine over there. Oh. Yeah, Clevesy's putting on a great show, Cactus. He's definitely moving up the field. Look at him go. If you're still here. Was pretty much in the back of the pack and now up to 5th. Overall, fantastic. Fudge was in the pit lane for quite a while. About 13 seconds back from Chosen One, so I'm sure he went full fuel and tires. Nation and Mitten still pretty close together on track. Diesel making his way around Hunter, but Hunter looking to the inside there. Turn 1, couldn't quite get it done there. Just missed that. That probably was in the final corner. Carousel. Cars look so good going through there. Now 3 wide. Tim Dater, Paddock Nation, and Mittens back together on track. Oh, Mittens looking... Oh, not Mittens, but Nation looking real racy. Coming in there just a little bit hot. Almost losing the tail end of that Maserati on the switchback portion of that second chicane. No traction control and or ABS. Great job keeping that thing under control. Look at all the war wounds on that thing. We're not even an hour in. That is impressive indeed. As Mittens dives into pit lane, as Elzebor is also in pit lane. They're in there for their tires. Diablo made his way around Fudge as well. Sure, they were catching Fudge, so Elzebor decided to come on in. As Diesel makes his way into pit lane. Few drivers in, Diablo's in, Diesel's in. Looks like we're splitting tire duties and thirds for most of these guys. As both Smokes and Erish still out there pushing hard. About 40 seconds between them and Cleavesy right now. Cleavesy up to third through pit rotation. Diablo leaving pit lane. Drop from the field as he comes through the timing scoring. As second place comes into pit lane, his pit stop. About 7 seconds behind Smokes. 76 car comes out of pit lane right behind race leader. And Dater also in pit lane for his. So a lot of the guys coming in pit lane, so it looks like we're going to be doing 2/3 pit stops for all of these guys. About 40 minutes into the race now. There's a rod snap. How are you guys doing? How are you guys holding up for the 40 minutes of racing? "22 laps in right now. This is about where drivers start to really start to like settle in to the rhythms, especially now that they have new tires on. They come out of pit lane, they get them warm. There's not a lot of track traffic. You can sit there and just burn the laps through. What a cool color combo there from Clevesy's car. Very smooth. As race leaders in pit lane. Kind of curious to see where he'll come out to the 150. Still in pit lane. Clevesy's also in pit lane. Interesting. As there goes race leader. As Erish comes across the line. So yeah, pretty much a net gain for both of them as they come through. Actually, Smokes might have had the faster pit stop. And we'll know once they hit the first timing and scoring mark. Very interesting indeed. Smokes is still out in front. Erish still in second at the moment. Diablo about 40 seconds back. Nation and Diesel. I think they swap positions. A lot of Larkin, SVR Larkin, he's in pit lane. Nice pit stop. A lot of guys are doing some shuffling, so like I said before, pit quickness is definitely going to be key here. How little time you spend in pit lane is going to be a pretty big factor. There's still about 5 seconds between those two. About right from when they came in. 6 car, Tim Dater, right there in between first and second place right now. Into turn 3. Those two, that's everybody has done their first pit stop. So, we were saying before. Oh, as he goes super deep into the first chicane, gonna get slowed down just enough to let Arish go through. Not rejoining in a dangerous position. Fantastic. There's the SVR Larkin leaves pit lane. He'll come out. That was a very long pit stop from him, so he might have had damage and done some repairs there. That BMW from Solar Vision. There it is. The SVR colors too. Purple? I believe that's purple. Looks purple. It's black. I can't. I'm gonna say it's purple. All drivers done and completed their first pit stops. Oh no! Larkin forgot to take tires in his stop. No! Race leaders are gonna have to make their way through traffic now. That's gonna be interesting. Now that the 74 car has caught the back of the field. And these two are going at it all practice session. In practice sessions, so... Oh, there you go. He just lets them through, so... Definitely Medicaid Nation fighting the nature of that Maserati. A very rough and challenging car. It handles great, but lack of assists in it. It's a very demanding car. Down, back up the hill, complete lap 26 of many, many laps here. Chosen one in pit lane again. Interesting. Now the cars can do easily an hour and 13 minutes. So is he doing his next tire stop? Gonna run the full tank of the car? Maybe? We'll see. Great strategy if he can keep the nose of that car clean through the entirety of the rest of this race. Any mistake done by anybody else just put him in a much better position, but being only 13 drivers on track, it's kind of hard to pick a strategy. More cars on track, the more likelihood there will be to have on-track accidents. You kind of have to plan your strategy for basically hot lapping in the most effective way possible. And if there are any drivers that anybody wants to spectate, you just let me know. to bounce around as much as possible when they're kind of spread out like this. And share the track time between them all. Another baby blue, bright orange car there of Mittens. Mercedes all grouped together out on track. But not together. Hunter, Mittens, and Tater. Very big bump there on the inside of that chicane. Definitely upset the car. You have it all the way down with a tight suspension. Which is the route I was trying to go, but it did not work. Definitely did not work. Ended up in a tree several times. See race leader coming there. Up behind Crazy Mittens, that Audi is just looking so comfortable out there on track as he comes through those final corners in that last sector. There behind Mittens. Score dropping back just a bit from Diesel. A bit of an off somewhere. Chosen one's still in pit lane. 3 laps down. Ooh, a little deep there in that second chicane. Managed to keep it on the black stuff. A lot of racing left to go. Fatigue definitely starting to come in for a lot of these guys. Winter and Fudge pretty close together on track right now. Fudge, particularly more of a GT3 driver, hopping in the Mercedes. Was thinking about running the Aston Martin. Had a few people registered for the Aston Martin, but those particular drivers could not make it. It's a very fast car. I got it into the low 44s in the Aston, so it was very competitive. A little bit of tweaking and working. Looks like he's finally starting to feel the rhythm of this track in that car. Mittens there. It's cleared. Smoke still has yet to catch him. Oops. Wrong button. There you go. There's a picture. We shared a picture. Still about 37 seconds. Between second and third. Too quick. Oh, pushing so hard. third, and the lonely Porsche out here on track, CPS Diablo. Leavesy definitely starting to gain ground over Diablo. Slowly but surely, definitely knocking the seconds distance between them off. Could have a change for an overall podium very soon. With an hour to go. Down to 2.7 seconds. So this right now is the battle to watch out on track. Yeah, I shared it. Yay. As Fudge, Mittens, and Medicate Nation all let Smokes race leader go. Medicate Nation full lap down from the battle he's in. As Diesel in for his pit stop. He's good to go to the end of the race, so he's done with his tire stops. Great strategy. You can go definitely an hour easy in these cars to the end. 1.6 seconds between third and fourth. Let's see if that... his TPSR Fudge just went straight off in the first chicane there. Like his steering broke or something. That was a little drastic. Bouncing off the tire wall but back out on track just as fast. Back under power. We gotta watch that curb. Yeah, wiggle. Okay, he's good. Very dangerous curbs here. Very dangerous. GRT Airish right there underneath the wing of Smokes pretty much. There's Medicate Nation right there in between them, pushing hard. Maserati of Medicate Nation doesn't want to risk it, so it lets him go in turn 2 down the hill. Overall lead has come back together. Both Cleavesy and Diablo battling for overall podium right now as well. Oh, the battle mittens! Oh, right there on the outside, doing well to keep mind of the battle in front. Very good heads-up racing by everybody there involved. Very tight corner, especially coming out of that long, fast sweeper. As we're an hour in and an hour to go, and race leader and second place back together on track as third and fourth together on track as they head through the sweeper as well. Diablo's still in the lead for the moment. Easy all the way out to the grass into the brake zone. Two lines there through the carousel. Theirs are very similar. Onto the brakes. All the curb and then some. challenging corner to defend. Looks like a little bit of a wiggle there from Diablo. Maybe some internet issues as well. At least from our perspective, as he has a little bit of lag going on. Harris moves back. 1.5 seconds from Smokes. Not if that's the case. Yeah, about a second between them now. He looks to the inside, but Diablo had a great run, but that power of that Mercedes is insane. Heading up the hill into the brake zone. Into turn 1, Diablo out in front, gets pushed hard into the corner. He goes a little bit wide, but maintains position. But only just into the brake zone. Cleavesy out on the outside, kind of a challenging brake zone. You gotta brake a little bit early because of the bumps. Still looking all over the back end of that Porsche to find a way around.
We are halfway through. Keep pushing.
That's the 1 hour mark from race control. As Cleavesy looks to the inside out of the carousel, but he's on the wrong side to get the pass done into the chicane. Porsche very comfortable over those curbs. A little bit more so than the Mercedes, and allows the Porsche to remain out in front. While that battling is going on, we're going to have to do our social media break. So I can do. Definitely wants that pass. Pushing that Mercedes very, very hard at the moment. A little bit of a wiggle there in the brake zone. Diablo sneak by, or a little bit of a breather, but not much. And still about a second between overall race leader and second place, which is up the road, but up the road quite a bit. Nearly a 1.5 seconds. Oh, big lag there from Diablo. Oh my goodness. I don't know if... Oh! Cleavesy takes advantage of the lag and makes his way around Diablo, putting him up into a third podium position after an hour of racing. He was collected in that turn 1 incident, pretty much in the back of the pack in lap 1 and 2. Clawed his way all the way back up to third. And about a lot of distance between them and basically just over half a lap between them, between Cleavesy and Arish. Cleavesy definitely with a little bit more pace than Diablo, so a little bit of heads down, and Cleavesy should pull away steadily, but Diablo very quick in that Porsche, pretty consistent. Oh, as Cleavesy goes off! Oh, that's Curse the Commoner. Diablo, very consistent, keeps the inside line, and goes back into third place. All that work Cleavesy did, all to the spoils of Diablo. Will have to be, pushing a little hard. You got to keep a level head there, Cleavesy, and that's going to be close to the wall. No! Oh, no. somebody please? Cleavesy gonna have to work pretty hard now. Looks like he's got a lot of front end damage after smacking that wall. That is gonna be harsh indeed. Larkin in pit lane still has to do 2 tire stops. Was chosen runs. It looks like we lost a driver. I don't know who it was. Who did we lose? Was it? Who are we missing? Mittens? We lost Mittens? No! You were too young to go. Not Mittens. No. Still 12 of you here. That's Baker's dozen or something, right? I don't know math. Oh no! There's McLaren sideways right there in front of Diablo, and he's out of the way. That was a 66 car of Tim Dater. I think he hit the wall. It was very close. He's still parked there, and now he's rolling. Dior Cleavesy in pit lane, so he's probably going to do his tires and run to the end. That's what I would do after, unfortunately, collecting a tire barrier. Pushing a little too hard. After making a brilliant pass there on Diablo just a few laps ago. Both race leaders made their way around Hunter. Beautifully done for Hunter to let the blue flags fly and take the appropriate measures. These top 2 have been on an incredible run right now. Audi versus Mercedes. Fantastic for sure. Sit here and watch their words. Cleavesy already in and out of pits. Oh, and there's Mittens. Only a few laps down after coming back in. It looks like he got DC'd, but you can rejoin from a disconnect in ACC. So he's back in, a few laps down, but he'll definitely come back and he'll collect points. Points are pretty crucial when it comes to series, and that this is a endurance series. You can go ahead and check out the Delta TPSR race 1 at Laguna. That was a GT3 race. That was a very fun race. I may have screwed up the audio on my end for it, but it's still a great race to watch nonetheless. Check that out. Two drivers ready to go all the way to the end. Cleavesy, Weasel. Everybody has done. Larkin has yet to do his 2 tire stops. So he's still in the same tires he started with. He keeps forgetting to put tires on, or misread the Discord. It was posted in all of the Discords. Two back together out on track. Oh, Eric's looking to the inside line. Oh, Smokes! A little bit of a tail wiggle and going super wide through the second to last corner down the hill. That puts Erish out in the lead for the first time here in the round 2 of the Delta Paddock GT4 race. In about an hour and 10 minutes in, the lead has changed from a TPSR Audi to a GRT Mercedes. We'll see if he can defend himself from that Audi of Smokes as they make their way past Mittens. Was that an off from the Audi? Yes, that was an off from Smokes. The Smokes slyly comes back on right there in front of Hunter. I believe they got it slowed down enough. I don't believe they were too close to each other, but it looks like all is well right there. But Smokes has some work to do, that is for sure. As Smokes and Elzebor back at it again. Elzebor is quite a distance back, though. A sector and a half. Well, nearly half the track, actually. Very exciting turn of events there for the leaders. Now GRT Erish takes the lead. Very crazy. Dior Cleavesy made it all the way up into third, pushed a little too hard after passing Diablo. Just dropped a tire barely off the track. He went into the tire wall. Had to make his final pit stop shortly thereafter. And Smokes goes a little wide. Oh, Diablo with a big slide in the second chicane there. Quick hands keeps that car pointing in the right direction. Nicely done there. Number 3 Porsche. That's Dior Cleavesy right there behind Diablo, but is now a lap down. Diablo may want to come in and do his final stop before Cleavesy reaches him. Or as he reaches him, so there's no slow. Or maybe he just wants to challenge him for a few more laps. Maybe slow down the pace because he's got a lot of distance between him and the 76 and the 67. There's the Diesel. Oh, Diesel off track, barely making it through the tire barrier there. The 66 is spun as well. It's Tim Dater after the double right-hander. I'm surprised we haven't seen more cars spin in that location. Very fast double right-hander. A dangerous curb on the outside as Medicaid Nation comes flying up on this McLaren very quickly. That is a battle for position for 9th. Power back under that McLaren skedaddle as he heads into pit lane. His final stop. Medicaid Nation comes by. Gain that position. 41 laps completed, about 5 seconds between race leader and second place now. There's a little bit more of a lap to go. Oh, big wiggle there from Smokes. Ooh, nice hands keeping that straight. Maybe starting to lose the tires on that one. Yeah, that's Medicate Nation off just before. So a few cars pushing it hard there in that second sweeper, that second left-hand sweeper. A lot of scuffs and bruises on that Maserati. There's a Diesel there behind him in 6th overall, done his final stop. Medication needs to do his, as does Fudge just up the road. Race leader completing 42 laps with Elzebor in his sights. That is fourth overall, just ahead of him. Pace of those leaders, just mind-boggling to me. Very quick. Hydration. Field very spread out at the moment. Line between leader and second, now up to 6 seconds. 46 seconds between second and third. About the length of a sector, as we just saw. Let's see who's going to come into pits next. Looks like Elzebor letting race leader by. Does not come in though. Several laps down after a few off tracks. Leaves he all the way back up to 7th again. Thus far, after an hour and 17 minutes, hard chargers definitely got to go to Cleavesy for pushing incredibly hard. And if he wasn't pushing too hard after passing Diablo, he might actually be starting to put a dent in the distance between Smokes and himself. A little bit of a hop there. Number 4 Mercedes. 30 seconds between Hunter and Diesel at the moment, as there's Medicate Nation in for his pit stop. 2 laps down from race leader, about to be 3. He comes into pits as well, so we'll see where he comes on the backside of tracks. He'll be right there next to Elzebor, thereabouts. He made his way around Diablo. Diablo still needs to make his pit stop. goes Cleavesy and Diablo. Elzevor still in pit lane. Elzevor leaving his pit box. Right in front of Fudge. Right behind Fudge. Well, there goes Cleavesy off in the super close to that tire barrier. Goes off again just before the carousel. Oh, he comes back on right there next to Diablo, but had enough space between him before the off to come back out in front. Not a position for overall, but to keep that lead lap over Diablo, who's in third at the moment. Elzevor back to 8th place, right behind Fudge, as Hunter comes into pit lane. So a lot of these guys probably going to start coming in for tires now, at least the leaders here. Majority of the field has done so. Cleavesy still appears to have a little bit more pace than Diablo, as I say that, as he fishtails it out of the second final corner, heading down the hill. A little bit more pace than Diablo, but is definitely pushing the car a little bit harder. Hunter back down to 5th. He comes out of his pit box right there in front of Cleavesy. Right behind Cleavesy. But not far behind him. His Mittens is about 2-3 laps down from them. He's in between. Oh, big off there by Diablo, missing the braking point there at the second part of the first chicane. That's going to put a huge gap between him and Dior Cleavesy. If the tires are starting to go on that Porsche, pushing pretty hard, and he was I don't know what the tire degradation on that Porsche is like here. Pretty much the top 3 still have to make their pit stops. Everybody else is done. Now about 3.5 seconds between Smokes and Arish. Arish has traffic right in front of him, and I believe that's Dater in his McLaren. Dater kind of allows the Mercedes around the fast way out of the second chicane. Nice driving there, Dater. Now he's got Smokes in his mirror. He thought he was done. Not quite. Under 3 seconds now, the gap between first and second, so we'll see how quickly Smokes can get around the McLaren of Dater into a battling position for that top spot once again. Still top 3 need to make their pit. Diablo goes in anytime soon. He'll lose that lead lap. May get it back once once the top two pit. So number 12 is off mittens again in the first chicane. Down to under 2 seconds, so a little bit more pace in that Audi at the moment than the Mercedes, but you could be trying to save the tires until further into the race. Tires are starting to go, but they're gonna have to make their pit stop. 35 minutes left here in the race. As Smokes comes in to pit lane, as does Erish. So they'll come in together. We'll see who has the faster pit stop and pit strategy. I know both of them have buttons mapped for this, as their pit boxes are literally right next to each other. So this is going to be a very interesting pit exit. As the chosen one is right there in between them. Very tight pit boxes, isn't it? We'll see. Where's Diablo at himself? Oh, big wiggle as Diablo goes off underneath the bridge on the back straight. Oh, into the tire, the barrier on the outside. That was a very big hit in the second to last corner. That is going to be a damage, so he's going to have to want to come in quickly. Yeah, as he dives into pit lane. That is a smart decision there. Both of these guys already out down track. Wow, in a blink of an eye, we missed that pit exit. And GRT Erish out in front of Smokes. About as close as they came in, all the way out to the grass. Very scary grass. Right there is Diesel. Coming through the first chicane is the only threat to Diablo now after that pit stop. SVR is in pit lane right there behind Diablo. There you go, he hits his pit box. We'll see where Diesel comes. The 76 car of Diesel to Diablo. Diablo, very heavy hit there. So he jumped into pits. We'll see how long that damage takes to repair. As he drops Jax, and he's off. Yeah, he should come out just in front of Diesel. He's going to have 32 minutes of Audi in his rearview mirror to worry about. Had about over half a track between him and Diesel. Now, that is basically nothing. A few seconds between them now. What was almost 80 seconds? Wow, 80 seconds between third and fourth. Crazy. Medicate Nation. Yeah, he was struggling very early on in that Maserati. Basically just holding place out on track at the moment. Yeah, now 7 seconds. What was 80 seconds turned into 7 between the Porsche of Diablo and the Audi, which I believe we just saw go off a little bit. Oh no, that was Mercedes? Maserati. Maserati behind him. Yeah, he's struggling with that Maserati right now. Very challenging car. Erish up and over the hill. Smokes right there behind. And Smokes. Oh. Smokes had an off somewhere. He is now long way back from Erish. What happened there? Oh, he might have damage. He might have hit a wall. Oh, interesting. And it looks like that car does not want to turn left. Not good for a track that's prominently left-handed. All right. Looks like SVR Larkin also chilling in pit lane with Chosen One. About 30 minutes remaining. GRT Erish still out in front of Smokes and Diablo. Back under full power, so he might have just had hot tires after spinning it somewhere that we missed. Still in second place, Diablo, about a sector and a half back still, so he does have damage. He may need to come in and do that still and be just fine, but overall race leader very, very far up the track now. 51 laps completed with 28 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Still a lot of race left. Your Cleavesy back up into 5th place right now. Looking to run down TPSR Diesel. The race leader is in between them, as is Paddock Nation. Nation doing well to let Cleavesy go. Nation a few laps down from him. I believe 2 laps down. Maserati. Diesel still about 4 seconds behind. 3rd place right now. Cleavesy 11 seconds behind Diesel. If the cards fall right, you could have a great battle for podium position here at the end, which would be pretty cool. Battle between TPSR and DOR for the end. Nice. And thank you for all of those who are watching through the entirety of this race. 2 hours is a very long race. Especially longer if you're just watching. If you're in it, it kind of goes by pretty quickly, doing the activity. So, kudos to you for watching. This has been pretty exciting for the most part. For only 13, now 11 drivers at this point. Definitely great overall battle for round 2 here at the Delta Paddock eSeries. DOR had their own series going on just a little bit ago. That might have just finished up. It's quite late for them over there across the pond, but here in the States, the Americas, it's about dinner time for most of us, getting there. So I'm feeling a little famished at the moment. Leavesy and Diesel, looks like they're reeling in Diablo slowly but surely. As car off, I believe that was SVR. Back out on track at the moment. Nice, nice, nice. Still has not changed tires on that SVR car. He's got to be hurting in the rubber department for sure. Diesel can now clearly see Diablo up track. That's just gonna, the whole chasing the rabbit scenario. Hunter doing well to stay on the, say lead lap, but he's not on the lead lap anymore as Arish has just kind of put on a clinic from the rest of the field. Smokes had a bit of an incident. Now he's half a track back from him, so it's pretty much up to Diablo to bring home the bacon in third. Only driver under threat from overall position at the moment. Few cars, few laps back. Very challenging track. And I said this, keep saying it, but it's a hard track. It's kind of tight. Very like weird apexed corners. A couple late turn-ins, some early turn-in corners. Off camber, on camber, bumps everywhere. Very bumpy track. Doing this for 45 minutes was tiring in the practice lobby. Now we're doing it for 2 hours. Very yabai. Hydration check, everybody. I lied, I had a soda pop. It was the Dr. Weasel is what I was drinking. Fantastic. 23 flavors of Weasel. The times are very fluctuating. Between 4th, 5th, and 6th and 7th at the moment, as Elzebor is still clawing his way back up to this battle. He's nearly 5 seconds behind Hunter at the moment. Great showing from a lot of these guys. A few of them didn't even know that they were going to be racing here tonight. Both Elzebor, Cleavesy, putting on a great performance. That's for sure. I really do love the layout of this track. It's very fast, very bumpy. It's definitely proven to provide some great racing. Just wish we could have had more drivers out on track. I know a lot of drivers wanted to participate, but couldn't due to the time. Try better to organize this a little bit better for the next round. We do have more than 20 drivers. We you do have the option to run multiple servers for a race, so do large events, not only for single event like single server like this, but several servers. We're going to be looking into using and utilizing those as much as possible in the future. We do have a upcoming series in the Paddock Sim Racing. This is kind of a preamble for the British GT Championship, GT4 cars on all of the British tracks here in ACC, Corsa Compitizione. Look forward to more information on that coming on our Discord. So follow the Paddock Discord as well as the DOR Discord if you want to participate in all kinds of fun and fast racing, not only in ACC, but DOR has Forza Motorsport stuff going all the time, as well as PC stuff. So hop over there and subscribe to both our channel and the DOR YouTube channel. TPSR, we put on events every weekend, pretty much, so you'll never not have content to watch. And go ahead and subscribe if you feel like you enjoyed this. And once TPSR reaches 100 subscribers to our YouTube channel, me, Weasel, your commentator here for this round, will be doing 100 laps at Spa in Asseto Corsa Compitizione in the Porsche GT3 RSR car. I'll be streaming from start to finish here on the Paddock Sim Racing channel, so subscribe, and watch my suffering in all of its full glory. We'll probably have some cool stuff to go along with it, so yeah, promotion! And since we do have multiple servers now, we're probably going to be running another series relatively soon. We're just trying to figure out the final details on that as well, so stay tuned. We're always putting stuff together. We love racing, we love promoting racing, and Asseto Corsa Compitizione has been a fantastic platform to bring some of the closest racing. I mean, 13 drivers, and we're almost 2 hours in, and they're still neck and neck for most of the field. It's just fantastic racing. The cars look great, the performance of the cars look great. Fantastic. It's fun. It's great. I'm sure you agree. Elzebor looks like he's slowly reeling in both Cleavesy, and it looks like Diesel and Diablo, as well as Cleavesy, reeling in each other. Those lap times those distant times are starting to wind down a little bit. 17 minutes left. Let's go! There's race leader right there behind Diesel as well, so he's making his way through the field yet again, not only putting 1 lap down on everybody, he's about to put 2 laps down on everybody. That's insane! That's quick, airish, alien, crazy. Yeah. Whew. Water. About to get crazy. Feel it in the bones. Slowly reeling in Diablo, but that's a intimidator right there in between them. Yeah. McLaren. These guys have got to start feeling the fatigue of a 2-hour stint. brake zone. Diesel looking to the inside. Dater doing well to stay on the outside. Oh, as he catches the curb, that's a big hit on the inside wall. He might have gotten away with it. It looked not fast, but that was a heavy hit. Very heavy hit. Definitely lost a lot of pace between himself and Diablo. Yeah, he's got some kind of damage, so he's going to let race leader go by. He has Cleavesy now to worry about for 15 minutes and possibly have severe damage on that Audi. Hunter Fox and Elzebor now duking it out just a little bit further back on track. This is going to be shaping up to be a fantastic close to this race. Diablo's got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief to see that time between him and Diesel jump up just a bit. Still about 7 seconds though, was 2. As race leader comes through. Leaves a little bit of a wiggle out of that final corner. Gonna want to be pushing hard, but not too hard this time. Oh, heavy on the brakes. Diesel off into the grass. Trying to get back under power safely, back out on track as Cleavesy definitely has the speed to go around, and he does. So Cleavesy moves up to 4th overall as Diesel definitely as Cleavesy almost does it again in that long left-hander. Oh, big fender bite there from McLaren to Audi from Diesel. A lot of action happening. Cleavesy off track, Diesel off track, Hunter off track, trying to avoid everybody catching the curb, coming back into Diesel as these two are now bumper to bumper, heading into the second chicane. Oh, big tap. Diesel definitely doesn't have the car completely under him from that huge wall hit. He's definitely got pad damage on those brakes because he's lost a lot of braking ability, if not maybe suspension as well. You might want to rethink trying to push, maintain that 4th, but not lose any more ground to, Hunter and Elzebor behind him. Maintain that 5th place overall. And just survive for the next 13 minutes in the position that he's in. 67 and they're about a half track behind. So he's got some time and some space to just kind of mellow for the next 12 minutes. Diablo now 46 seconds up the road from them. Is that correct? No, 6 seconds. Whew! I read that wrong. What was that? Okay, so race leader looking to get by Diablo. Diablo's gonna let him by here. Nicely done. Let that race leader go. 60 laps completed now. That is a lot of laps. Oh, drive through for the 76 of Diesel. And the damage on his car definitely making him go a little wide through several of those corners. It's the first DT we've seen this race. And I'm surprised because it's super easy to go wide in that first chicane, and it's very not negotiable to get the warnings. So very impressive that everybody has stayed clean. The only reason I believe but Diesel had any drive-through is probably due to the damage and the drivability of his car. So he's going to have to do a drive-through real quick, maintain the 5th position. That done quickly. He should have plenty of time to get in and out little bit of space as Diablo work hard here to maintain for the next 10 minutes. Crazy 10 minutes here to go. 61 laps completed in the books from race leader of GRT Erish, followed by TPSR Smokes. Oh, that's SVR. He's off in the grass. And the 152. Oh no, Cleavesy off again in the kink. Oh no, is he damaged? Oh, he's gone. No. No, he was doing so well. I wonder what happened. He was just sitting there. You got Elzebor here attacking Hunter now. Yeah, dude, Cleavesy was doing so well. He clawed through the field so much. He even had Diesel force a drive-through, keeping him up into the 4th position. With that DC, it looked like a DC. Yeah, that's a real bummer. I'm sure Diesel's happy about it after that drive-through penalty. That was probably very frustrating for him, especially with the car being in the condition that it is. Still has about 21 seconds over Hunter, but Elzebor now all over the back of Hunter, fighting for that 5th position. Both these guys move up on grid after that. Lights flashing there. Said it before, all he needs is those wee-woo sirens. He's full-blown police car. A little bit of a wiggle there from Hunter. Diablo, plenty of space between him now and the 76 car. So 8 minutes, 2 more laps. I believe he's got it. He's got it. Just run your line. Pretty much for the top 3 drivers at this point. There's no point in really pushing the car as hard as possible. Just kind of bring it home. The battle is still very much on for Hunter and Elzebor, that's for sure. I like the deal of Diesel having a mare. Yeah, definitely. Definitely fighting that car after that wall hit. Tagging that wall is definitely not part of the plan. We're probably going to see, say, about like 67, 68 laps for this 2-hour race. That is very impressive pace. Very impressive. I would have loved to have seen a full lobby, if not multiple lobbies, to see the distances that these guys can do with that many cars out on track. I mean, even now, it's very technical to make a pass on lapped cars. Yeah, there's only a few spots you can do it successfully and safely. These guys have been doing a very good job at, not only race pace, but mirror management. Knowing who's behind you and where you're at on track compared to, not only the cars you're battling, but the overall leaders coming through. The top 3 have been pushing incredibly hard, as well as Cleavesy in the midsection of the race there. So those guys doing great to work their way through the field as they did, and are continuing to doing so. Oh, that camera. Oh, boy. on board with smokes right now, coming through the carousel. Heading around the loop and into the first chicane. A lot slower than it looks. You want to get all the car slowed down to get the great run out of it onto this back straight. Maybe on the brakes, get the car pointing in the right direction. A little dab of the brake, maybe a let off, turn in, curb to curb, full power. Smooth on his entries and exits of corners. Very nice, very nice. Hunter still sweating it out with Elzebor on his heels. Definitely have to rear view mirror drive for the remaining 5 minutes. It's going to be the drive of his life. Elzebor doing a very good job of keeping the car very consistent throughout this. Oh no, we lost another one. Did Mittens go again? No, Mittens! Not again! You were too young to go. We already made that joke, didn't we? He'll be back. Elzebor going the wide, low angle through the carousel. Looking very racy in the closing sections here. This is definitely going to be the battle to watch. Diesel just 6 seconds up the road from these guys. Maybe a little further than that. Maybe like 20 or so. About 26 seconds between them and Diesel. So Diesel can bring it home quite nicely in 4th place. Some great performance through most of these guys out here. Some of these, like Hunter here, who we're on board with, one of their first endurance races, doing a very good job up in 5th place and defending a very consistent driver of Elzebor right now. Oh, my batteries are dying. That's not good. Not the batteries. That's... Yeah. 11 drivers. Not the greatest turnout, but still very exciting out on track. About 2 laps remaining now from our race leader. 66 laps in the book. 68 laps in total will be done, depending on where he crosses the line. Still a fantastic battle. Diesel still about 3 seconds behind Diablo, so either Diablo has some damage still, or Diesel's just straight up ignoring the damage is done to his vehicle. So that's going to be a battle to watch as well for the next minute and 55 seconds. Can you believe it? It's exciting. Into the brake zone. Long sweeper here. Oh, Diesel. Very fast now, right up underneath pretty much the bumper of Diablo. Both these guys pushing very hard early on in this tire stint. See who's got the better tires for the next lap and a half. As your race leader comes through the final sector now, and, he'll get one more lap That's for sure. Oh, Diesel looking at the inside, almost collects the rear bumper of Diablo. Very brave move for a very narrow line through that corner. It's very brave. Very brave indeed. And remind you, both of these are TPSR drivers. There's no team orders, apparently, for these guys. Oh, Diesel off in the grass! Diesel off in the grass. Oh, cuts across the track, nearly collecting the back of Diablo. That's going to put him back quite a bit in distance. No! That was going to be a good run to the end. But don't worry, I have one more battle for you. Mittens is back! Mittens is back! Poor Mittens. Somebody get Mittens a better internet or a better router or something. Somebody Amazon him something. Jesus. Alright, Elzaport still all over the back of Hunter, looking for that pass. As this is the last lap. We all heard it just a few seconds ago. Last lap as race leader comes through the carousel, heading towards the first of the chicanes on the backside of the track. As Elzaport still about a half a second behind this McLaren, cannot find a way next to him to get the pass done. Very good battle here for a very long time. Oh, the battle is back again for Diesel and Diablo. Diablo might be kind of trying to fuel save. He might have called things a little close, but this is going to be a run to the end for sure. Diesel looking up the inside again. He's not going to do it. A little bit of a bump there as both of them go off. Oh no, as a huge collision. Oh no, well, we probably won't score that. That was a very unintentional incident. That was a braking zone. All right, oh, leader has gone through as GRT Air is trying to do some skirts through turn 1, loops it, and barely kisses the wall. Nicely done for GRT Air's German race team. Fantastic performance by that number 4 Mercedes. All of these guys going to start coming through. It's the 76 car. And Diablo will come through. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Let's see here. Oh! He's still doing donuts over there as Tater comes across the line. He'll claim 8th. Smokes in 2nd place. Well done by the TPSR drivers. Indeed, Diesel in 3rd. Diablo, well, he DC'd before he crossed the line. He would have gotten his position if he would have just crossed the line. Elzaport and Fudge, great jobs by those guys. He'll come across the line in 6th. 7th is Dater. Medicate Nation fighting that Mercedes all race long. Very challenging car. Wanted to challenge himself for this race. Will come across the line in 8th. And Crazy Mittens, having some severe internet issues, will come across the line in 9th. Fantastic race. And thank you everybody who joined the stream, who liked, who commented in chat. This will be up on as a VOD immediately after, so if you have anybody that wanted to watch this race or just review any of your own driving, feel free, check it out, subscribe, that'll help us a lot. Go check out all of the DOR channels, their Discord, their YouTube channel, and subscribe to them. Check out our Twitters, Delta Racing, Delta Online Racing, and the Paddock _sim. All of our event information is there. And that was a fantastic race. Fantastic indeed. All right. I've been your host, TPSR Weasel. We'll see you guys next weekend for our Porsche Cup race. And look for more information on our next series, and registration will be open very soon for that. So feel free to check that out. That is the British GT Championship. We'll do GT4 on 5 of the British tracks. So look forward to more information over on our Discord and our Twitter about that. Everybody have a good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Everybody stay safe out there. Bye, everybody.